Hi, Wasteland TV. We are here with
Dan Mendoza.
What does Dan Mendoza do?
Creator of Zombie Tramp and self-publisher of ⴍᴜᴘᴏ.
So what are these titles? Do you have anything to show us?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. The hesitance is scary.
Um, 10 years ago, I made a book called Zombie Tramp. I was going to comic book stores and really didn't like what I was seeing. I just wanted to be interested in something, so I decided I'm just going to make my own book.
So what didn't you like about what you were seeing, not seeing at the comic book stores?
It was just all the same shit. Like, it just, to me, you just look and it's just all, superheroes, capes. There wasn't really much, you know what I mean? I always liked the anti-hero, the non-superhero stuff, like the Crow and all that stuff, and I just wasn't seeing much. And I was like, man, what if I did like just draw stuff that I want to draw, like 70s grindhouse movies and things like that. And so that's what I did. I was like, I'm gonna make a grindhouse book that has a horror element to it. And then I was like, it has to have a dumb 1970s grindhouse name. So I came up with Zombie Tramp.
So what is the story behind Zombie Tramp?
Zombie Tramp, it's always starts off with the story of revenge and stuff, but it's about this ex-call girl that gets attacked and bit by this zombie when she's set up by this police officer that's killing prostitutes and feeding them to his undead son, and she escapes but still gets bit, but she dies, but she comes back to life with her soul intact and stuff, and starts to go out for revenge. And as the series went on, she started getting into the cult and learned how to look human again, and blend into society, and then it became like this story of this undead witch instead of just a typical zombie story.
So at first your idea was originally to do a zombie story and then change it to a witchcraft?
Yeah. So as it went on, because it was just like I was just gonna do one book. I shopped it around at conventions and things like that, and I was selling them like crazy, so I just kept making them. And then eventually it was put into a monthly series, and then so we put it on the bookshelves and all that stuff, and it took off.
So how many issues is the run of the series?
That's currently on 57.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like 14 volumes in trade right now.
Were you surprised for it to be that much?
Yeah. After a while, it's kind of like it's like an idol where it's like you're surprised for so long, and after a while, you just know that it's gonna do good, and it can almost run by itself. And
so were you expecting it when you did it to run that many issues?
No, I was just wanting to make some just cool stories in my head and drawing them at my own leisure. You know what I mean? But when it started taking off, I just turned into this workaholic and just kept cranking out stuff.
So what was your next one you did?
After that, I started doing covers for other companies and things like that, and I wanted to get back into just doing stuff under my own label and doing things for myself. So I started ⴍᴜᴘᴏ, which is right there. There's a nice little image of her and stuff here. And I was like, well, I don't want to do something that's. I still like monster girls. Like I just like monster girls. I think they're cool.
Because your shirt tells you that.
Yeah. And it's like, so I wanted to do something where I'm like, how come there's no like Latin characters that stand out, and there's no female Latin characters. And I was like, man, what about some like a gangster character, like a ⴑⴜ character? And I said, well, we'll make her like a monster. So I made her blue and stuff like that. And I came up with the idea of, there's always a sad girl like in every gangster movie or whatever. But I was like, we'll call it something else, like ⴍᴜᴘᴜᴘᴜ. And I came up with her, and she evokes the power of sadness. So she was born out of sadness, and so everybody that stays around her too long becomes suicidal. So she's been alone her whole life and stuff like that. And I decided to put the time era in a post-apocalyptic Mad Max kind of universe.
And the other character? What's her story?
Sugar Pop?
Yeah.
Sugar Pop is Sad Girl's sidekick. So Sugar Pop I was working on for a while, just in sketchbooks and ideas for things like that. And then when I decided to do Sad Girl Psycho Baby, I still wanted to make a Sugar Pop book, but I was just like, I don't have time to do 2 books. So what I did is I mashed them up into the same universe, and I made Sugar Pop become her sidekick.
So was Sugar Pop supposed to be like an anime character?
Yeah, it's hardcore anime based. My style is I like anime, I like Disney movies, so it's my whole style is like a mashup between anime and Disney.
This character, like you said, was horror.
Yeah.
It's based in maybe Hispanic. It looks like in a Hispanic.
Yes. Yeah.
As where this one looks like it's based in anime fandom. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, it is, and that's what's cool about it. Is I put these two oddballs together, like an odd couple. You know what I mean? And
they're even an odd character combination just for a comic book too.
So I call it the Smile Now Cry Later duo. So, you know what I mean? Because she's always negative and all this other stuff. If you guys are a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, just think of it like Sugar Pop is Goku and Sad Girl is Vegeta.
So do they go and fight other characters like Dragon Ball in their series?
Yeah, like the fighting is over the top. It's like Fist of the North Star, lots of rapid punches, like over the top, like just battles and stuff. Another thing is like a lot of like with comic books on a monthly series and stuff, you're doing like 22 pages in these stories, and I always feel they're cut short. So every issue that I do of Sad Girl is about 40 pages because I want these fights to last, man. I want there to be like a 30-page fight.
Oh, you mean not like the Japanese ones where it's 6 pages and you gotta buy the big phone book next week?
Yeah.
And then another 6 pages.
I always want the fights to last, man. Like if I had to do a full book that was just one big fight, I'll do a whole. As long as the fight, gets the time that it needs, man. Because I always feel that that stuff's cut short.
When you were a kid, did you see the comic book Destroy?
No.
The 3D comic that's an entire fight.
No, that's cool. No, I grew up on just collecting, like reading Akira and collecting Fist of the North Star books and stuff like that. Later on when Dragon Ball Z came out, I was just all about that. But yeah, I just want that whole mentality, that anime feel. But I wanted to put it.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance to, I recommend as a person who likes fighter series.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Fist of the North Star, I've seen Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
But I enjoy Fist of the North Star better than Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Kenshiro is just awesome.
Yeah, he is. He's the best, man.
Mad Max meets Kung Fu movies.
And that's what I want. I was like, right away when I was like, man, if I make it post-apocalyptic, I'm like, right away I was like, I gotta throw in a lot of Fist of the North Star kind of homage stuff in there, and that's what I did. She's very fast with her punches, and her fight scenes look like a Kenshiro scene, where there's lots of blurred fists everywhere and stuff like that.
But I do recommend Finding Destroy.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Especially with the old classic 3D glasses.
Okay, cool.
It was the first 3D comic book to be put out.
Okay, cool.
And it's just an entire fight, that's all it is, of 2 superheroes destroying a city, fighting each other.
Nice.
But then you're going to probably say, well, didn't we see Man of Steel for that?
I know, right? That's funny. But yeah, it's cool. I call it, since it's post-apocalyptic and it's with Cholos, I call it a Cholo-apocalypse. But yeah, she has like a 63 Impala or a lowrider, but it's all decked out like if Mad Max had it, so it's spikes and chrome and all
kind of like the
guns and stuff on it.
The Nova at the end of Ash versus Army of Darkness,
yes,
where they took that car, his car, and then they deck it out like a Mad Max car at the end for the final episode.
Kind of stuff she has. But yeah, the whole book it's lots of fun. It's lots of different genres put in together, and it's fun to have fun. But just have fun again.
So I saw that you did Lady Death. What's the story about that?
Yeah, I started about a little bit over a year ago, probably almost 2 years now. But I let Polito know that I was interested in doing covers if he was ever interested in my artwork, and he contacted me right away, and he was just like, he's like, yeah, could you do a cover? So I did, and it just did really well, and everybody in his fan base loved it and stuff like that. So right after that, it was just like, hey, you want to do 13 covers for me this year?
How do you feel doing this iconic character?
That's awesome, man.
Because she was in the 90s and one of the most iconic characters of her day.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
And she was your character before your character for
exactly. Here. Exactly. With Zombie Tramp and all that stuff, it's like that stuff is all like stuff I grew up on, like Lady Death. And
İRᴏᴜ-ᴘʀᴏ.
That's why I told him. I go, man, I remember when I was like 17, dude, and I went to this little show in Orange County, and you were there, and you had these little prints they were just Xerox copies, and you sold them for $1. I go, I have all those, man. It's crazy, man. And it's just now I work with them.
It's a dream come true.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome, man. I think it's great. I have so much respect for Pulido and what he's done in the industry and how long he's lasted.
Well, it was kind of nice that I got with Pulido. I've met him, but the year I met him, Stephen Hughes was still alive.
Oh, wow.
And I got a quick sketch of Lady Death from him in one of my sketchbooks.
That's nice, man. Yeah,
And I didn't know that until I go, wait a minute. And I found out a year later he passed away. What? I think I have his. Holy shit! I got Lady Death's artist thing, and that's when she disappeared. That was her downfall. Is when he passed away.
Yeah. And what's cool about the whole Stephen Hughes thing is I never got to meet him and everything like that, and it was great that the current Kickstarter that Pulido has running now for the new Lady Death, Scorched Earth, is like. Besides it being funded in like 45 seconds or whatever, like he does, but like he asked me to do a Hughes homage cover, and it was Lady Death #1, and I was like, it's just, I don't know, it's inspirational that he actually asked me to do something that Hughes did, man. And it's like, so yeah, that's in Kickstarter right now. You can go and check it out, and he has a whole Dan Mendoza tier. Like he actually just makes the Dan Mendoza tier for everything, and I got my Hughes homage cover, so it's so awesome.
So, any last words you'd like to say to the audience of Wasteland TV before we sign off? Like what they would want? Do you want to get into comic books? Would you recommend them doing their own?
Yeah.
Or trying to get through corporations?
I recommend hard work, man. If you want to get into the comic industry and you don't want to work for nobody, you know what I mean, think about what you want in the industry. Do you want to work for a big company, or do you want to, you know what I mean, or do you want to do your own thing? Like, are you good with taking advice, or do you like doing your own thing? You know what I mean? I found out kind of early on that I don't like people telling me what to do. so I ended up just doing things on my own. That's how Zombie Tramp came to be. I used to submit my work to companies or wait in line at conventions for portfolio reviews, and they would just talk all this shit to me. So I just decided to make my own book, and it's been a 10-year career so far on my own, never having to work for anybody. So I recommend, you know, you get what you want out of it. You either want to work for a company because you want that label, say I work for Image, or I work for Marvel, or I work whatever, or do you want to just represent yourself? If you represent yourself, you have to hustle more, though. That's
a longer path.
It's a longer path, yeah. So it's all what you want to get out of it. So.
Well, thank you.
No problem.